the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 37. And it reads, "But as the days of Noe were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For as the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying, and given in marriage, until the day that Noe entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." I give all praise, glory, and honor to my power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakbarash. I give a double honors to the apostles of Great Middlestone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect, the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. To you I say, Shalom. This is your brother, Arash Gabar, here with another short lesson, dealing with the times that we're in and the hastening of the coming of our Lord, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, and as you can see, slowly but surely, Babylon the Great is opening up, or should I say, starting to get some resemblance of what people remembered as being normal. But, this is only but for a short time. Every day you can see prophetic things happening, such as this economical collapse, wars, rumors of wars, tensions amongst the people, tensions amongst the nations, the implementation of the BEAST, a lot of things happening, and no one's actually paying attention to these things that are happening in the world, let alone listening to the men who are telling the people what's happening in the world, and the Lord told us, to watch for these events. But, we know that the only people who's going to actually adhere to what the Lord is saying, is the elect. And it's always been the elect who has always listened to the Lord and obeyed, to the best of their ability, So, it's really no surprise that all of this stuff is going on and the people aren't paying attention to it, So, the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 36, "Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and stand before the Son of Man." That's something that 2/3 of the nation of Israel will not do and will ever do. But the elect will watch and the elect will pray for salvation, in these evil days, in this evil time that we're in. A lot of people just don't believe that you're in an evil time, because you're able to eat, you're able to drink, you're able to go out a little more than what you did last year. You're able to do the normal things that you were accustomed to doing, which were abominations before the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which were very sinful, because living in Babylon the Great and not following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, you sin, which means that you're in constant fault, with the Lord, and the people just want to get back to that unrighteous bullshit. So they're gonna be had in the day in these days of evil. The book of First Peter, chapter 4, and verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober. Yeah, be sober. Don't it don't mean that you can't drink and have a sip of wine or drink your favorite drink. That's not what it's talking about. What it says by what it means by be ye therefore sober is don't be encapsulated in this wicked kingdom where these prophecies and the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua just pass you by. You want to constantly keep watch on what's going on. And it's going to say that. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. You have to constantly pray because the times that we're in, the only thing that's going to get you out of anything that could possibly put you to death is the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which means that you have to know those names, and then you will be saved by your faith and your works, and a lot of people don't grasp that, A lot of people seem to think that you can have faith without works and works without faith. And quite honestly, you could do the work in faith, but if you don't have the names, then it's all in vain. Like what the Christians do. The Christians that actually go to work or go to the church, give tithes, have some sort of brotherhood amongst the men of the church, but it's all in the name of a and it's all in the name of a false deity. So they got faith in that deity, but it's for naught because they don't have the proper names. They don't even know who the Lord is. So you can have faith and no works, and you can have works with no faith. But unless you got the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, anything that you're doing is in vain. I hope you understand that. The book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 13, because the times that you're in, man, anybody who's not in this truth is flat out going to be an enemy to you. Anyone who is like of this world is going to be an enemy to you. And we're entering into the days where your family could be your enemy. The woman that you lay next to every day could be your enemy. Your offspring can be your enemy. Your sons, your daughters, even your moms and your pops. Those could be your enemies. So, you really don't want to have much to do with these people. The book of Sirach, chapter 9, and verse 13, and it reads, keep thee far from the man that has the power to kill. And that doesn't necessarily just mean the wicked. It means quite literally anyone who is not in this truth. Those are your enemies, and those people have the power to kill because they're not watching, they're not paying attention to what's going on. Because when all these calamities fall upon the nation of Israel, it's going to be a dog eat dog. It's going to be a dog eat dog world out here. Nobody's going to give a shit about nothing but themselves. And quite literally, every man who's not in this truth has that power to kill. So let me read that over. The book of Sirach, chapter 9, and verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that has the power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. So if you're away from them, you're not going to doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. Although this is talking about, you know, uh, um, Esau Edom, you know, it falls in line with who your enemy is, because even Jake could actually fall into this, you know. And these Jakes these days don't have a problem with taking your life. These Jakes these days don't have a problem stealing from you, taking what you got, you know, taking your woman, committing adultery, doing all types of wicked abominations to you. So, you got to be circumspect in these days, especially in these times, man, when the enemy should come in like a flood, just like in the days of Noe, when the flood came in and consumed all the people. There's another flood coming that's gonna consume the people, and this flood is your enemy. The book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10, it says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." Your enemy is not to be trusted. And again, although this is talking about Esau, Edom, it can also be applied to anyone who's not in this truth. But primarily it's talking about Esau, Edom. Don't trust no one. Me, personally, I trust no one. I don't even trust the people under my own roof. I'm constantly circumspect. I'm constantly listening, watching. I'm paying attention to everything, because at any minute, anyone who's not in this truth can flip on me. I got to constantly remind myself of my temper. I got to constantly remind myself of my patience. I got to constantly stay in the spirit, because that's what time you're in. You 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 literally have to stay in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to get through your day to day. And a lot of people is gonna be screwed over, and and you'll even have some Israelites, who's gonna be put to death. You got these other camps out there, that's preaching false doctrines and leading the flock astray. And these other camps have a lot of followers. When you go to YouTube and you look at who's following who, when you look at that number, that's how many souls could possibly follow those men, and 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 when you look at that number, man, that's a lot of people, man. It's a lot of people following these false prophets to their death. A lot of these false camps have like a couple of 100,000 followers, which means that it's probable that they have a couple of 100,000 souls that they're on the line for. They're going to have to give an answer to that in the day of the Lord, man. They're going to have to answer for what they've done, period. And there's no way around it. When you look at my channel, I got like 8-9 followers. So the elect is a very small number. The book of Micah, chapter 3 and verse 5. Thus saith Yahweh power. Salakia. Thus saith Yahweh concerning the prophets that make my people err. Error means error. Go off. that bite with their teeth and cry peace, you know, and and he that putteth not into their mouths that they even prepare war against them. Yeah, you know, you got these other camps, you know, that's saying that Jacob's trouble isn't even going to happen, you know, that it's going to be a transition of smoothness between that time in the kingdom, you know, and that false prophet is going to be put to death in the worst way, you know, you know, and that in particular leader was from IUIC, but you got these other camps, GOCC, ISUPK, HOI, or whatever, you know, all these other camps are doing the same thing. They're causing the people to err. You know, they got a false doctrine. They're not warning the people of the times that are at hand. They're not warning the people of the upcoming calamities. They're not warning the people of the incoming flood. They're just not prophesying at all. Micah 3 and 6. Therefore, night shall be unto you that ye shall not have a vision. And that's exactly what's happening to these false prophets. They're in total darkness and they don't have the vision of these prophecies that's coming. You know? And it shall be dark unto you that ye shall not divine. You know? And the sun shall go down over the prophets. The prophets, the false prophets, and the day shall be dark over them. These prophets are in for some dark times because it's going to get to the point where their congregation is going to be like, yo, you lied to us. You know, and it's highly probable that, you know, they don't string them up. Verse 7. Then shall the seers be ashamed and the diviners confounded. Yeah, they're going to be confounded in that day. You know? Yea, they shall all cover their lips, for there is no answer of the Most High. They're going to be shut up. They're going to be shut up in that day. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to get them. Not only is the Lord going to get these false prophets, the Lord's going to get these men, women, and children who have now hearkened. The Lord is going to get those who don't even consider the times that they're in. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua ain't no joke. You know, the people just don't even have the fear of the Lord in them. And so they don't take what's happening in the world seriously. These people actually think that it's going to be going back to normal, when in fact it's going to get worse. Here it is, you know, this devil, they want you to go out and rat on your family. They want you to rat on your own relatives, and they're going to make it such that you're going to want to do it because it's going to get so bad out here. It's going to get so bad out here, man, that they might actually throw up incentives, you know, like, I'll give you a week's worth of food if you tell me about any radicals in your family or any radicals that you've come across or any radicals that you know. And these people won't have a problem ratting you out. So I can see why Yahweh Hashem Yahushua would shut up the mouths of the prophets. I could see that. Because these people are going to have this dog eat dog mentality where they're just not going to care as long as their bellies are full and they're protected. Not knowing that they could have been protected had they just repented and returned unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It's going to get so bad that even the people under your roof, you know, is going to want to rat you out. When it's time to go, you're going to have people not wanting to go with you. What are you going to do? You know, you're going to wait for them? Nah, nah. Think about Lot's wife. Leave their ass behind. Oh, you're not in a rush to get out of here? All right, fine. Fuck it. Bye. See ya. I'm out. That's what time that we're, that's the time that we're in. A lot of people just don't realize that they're living in that time of Noah all over again. And they're about to be destroyed. But the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua have to keep their eyes on the prize. And that's the kingdom. That's all I want to come, the kingdom. Because quite honestly, I'm tired of this place. I'm ready to go. I'm not ready to go. I'm ready to go. So, you know, I hope that you found this edifying. And I honestly hope that you understand what I was saying, you know, as far as anything that I've said. So with that, I give all praise, glory, and honor to my power, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Karpadash. I give a double honor to the apostles of Great Middlestone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect, hopeful elect. Shalom. The flood is coming.